Rogue Command. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Classic real-time strategy gameplay fused with a modern roguelike. Shape your build each run by assembling an evolving arsenal of powerful units and facilities. Harvest resources, build out your base, raise your army and call down orbital strikes to overcome the forces threatening your survival. Another good little indie game here, guys. This is a real-time strategy game, as you're probably aware by the words, but it's got a bit of a twist on it. Procedurally generated maps, roguelike elements, and also you go through this little process before each map where you can buy things to upgrade and make your army more powerful. So essentially you do runs on this. Before your next run starts, you will be given a new blueprint. Now that's usually a nice new weapon, a mech or a tank or something like that. There is no aircraft in this. And as you can see by this screen here, the blueprints at the bottom, you have to plot your way to the top of this. The very top is the engagement you're next going to have to face, your next battle. But to get from the bottom to the top, these are all prizes for you. Now they could be hacks, they could be upgrades, like I've already mentioned, blueprints. It could be money, just more currency, and there could be a shop there to buy stuff, which again makes you more powerful. Everything in this is pretty good. The hacks I think are great. You get some really cool hacks that do all kinds of stuff really, from giving you way more resources, just giving your vehicles a bit of an extra buff. When you get to the top of this, you click play and that takes you into the next procedurally generated battle. And it works like pretty much all other RTSs. You put down your harvesting station, the blue crystals are your Tiberium, if you know what I mean. And then you just place all the different factories that you have. You'll get more as you go through the game. And each factory builds a different type of unit. You've got mechs, you've got tanks, you've got hovercraft things, you've got these big kind of defensive like wagons. You've got all kinds of stuff, but no aircraft. I quite like that there's no aircraft. I've never been a fan of aircrafts in RTS, so I don't give a toss that there's no aircraft in this. And the object of the game is to just destroy the enemy. You do that by taking down what would be his command center, if you like. But you've got to find them on the map. The maps are very small, not very big maps at all. And time runs reasonably quick on this. The enemy will be on you within 2 minutes. And if you try to turtle up, well, you're probably going to die because the enemy just build a shit ton of buildings which produce a shit ton of units, and their attacks are relentless, even on the early stages. Now you can press the spacebar and that will slow down time to 10%, which is very, very handy. But I would like to see the initial gameplay just slowed down a tad. I kind of like my RTSs to go slower than what this one does, and I have felt a bit overwhelmed at times, and I've had to hit that space bar to just kind of pull myself together. It doesn't totally stop time. It, like I say, it goes down to 10%, but it gives you enough time to kind of work out what you should do in the current shitfest of a situation that I often find myself in this game. Certainly the key to most of my victories have been to build a couple of resource stations and just absolutely hammer the resources and just pump the shit out of the units. Once I started getting into the swing of things, I was pretty much hammering the levels down really fast actually. Some of the levels were over in 10 minutes, just making a lot of units and just charging into the base. It's quite a simplistic RTS. It's not on the length it's not like your StarCraft. It's like a simplified version of that, but it is still fun. And if you do die, and you will, you'll die eventually. You'll just come across enemies that are just going to hammer you. That's when the roguelike kicks in. You're given a score, and that will pump up your XP bar. And every level that you go through, you get new stuff unlocked. A lot of them things are just your units have bigger buffs to what they had the last time you used them. So the next time you go in, again, you'll start from the beginning, but you're more powerful. You'll get further, probably. And that's the game. It's not even out yet. I don't even know how much this is, hence why this isn't a full-on review. This is just more of a first impressions of the game. Once the game releases and it's got a price on it, I'll give it a proper full-on review and spend a bit more time. I've only spent almost 3 hours on this game, so it needs obviously a lot more playing, but I'm going to wait till it actually comes out, see how it plays, and how much it actually costs. But so far so good. If you like RTS games with a bit of a twist, this is definitely worth checking out.